Did you know as a member of WBGU-TV, your kids become members of our Kids Club too? Benefits include special events like Kids Extravaganza, the Fall Spooktacular, and much more.
My name is Sherry Hall. I'm the site manager here at the Harding Home, which is part of the Ohio Historical Society. President Harding is probably one of our lesser known presidents. We tend to think in this country that nothing happened between wars. And his administration actually was that bridge between World War I and then the Depression and World War II. And a lot was at stake in 1920 when he's campaigning, and he takes it into that presidency. He does have the first peace conference the world has ever seen, called the Washington Disarmament Conference. Most people don't know that. He started the Bureau of the Budget, which calls for the president every year to present to Congress a budget. That's why we do that today. So a lot of things that people don't know about him. And we introduce them to a president that makes them rethink history a little bit. Warren Harding and this house are intermingled in history. He said himself that he and Marion grew up together. And that is it in a nutshell. The story of this town and Warren Harding very much entwined. Warren bought an existing newspaper. It was in bankruptcy, called the Marion Star. He bought it in 1884 and he's 19 years old. So he always sees himself first as a small town business owner, as a newspaper man first, and as a Marionite. He was proud of this town. Warren and Florence Harding had the house built during the fall of 1890, going into 91, during their engagement. And they were married here in the house in July of that year. He had his 1920 front porch campaign on the front porch of this house. It's kind of strange for us here in Marion and in Ohio to think that everyone in the country would have known of Marion, Ohio. They would have known what this house looked like and the importance of it, because they were seeing newsreel footage of it in the movie theaters all over the country. If you stop at the Harding home, you're going to see a place that really reflects its owners, because most of the things you'll see are theirs. We have over 5,000 objects in our collection, just the Harding collection. We are 95% original in this house, which means almost everything you'll see belonged to, was touched by, was used by Warren Harding or his wife Florence. But they're ordinary things. They are the clothes they wore, the art they liked, the music they listened to, the letters they wrote. So everything, as much as possible, is the way they lived here. We have done exhaustive research. We have great evidence of where they arranged their furniture. The only thing we have to make allowances for is pathways for people to walk through the house. We have a lot of people who comment that they feel that the Hardings just stepped out of the room for a few minutes. And we feel that way too. Believe it or not, the haunted clock is in a lot of books about haunted places, especially in Ohio. The clock story originated in 1923. When the Hardings went to the White House, they rented this house to a local businessman and his family. Everything was fine with the clock until, there's always an until the night of August 2nd, 1923. The family's getting ready to go to bed. It's about 10:30 p.m. They notice the clock has stopped. The next morning, they turn on the radio. They hear the shocking news that President Harding has died the night before in San Francisco, California. When they heard the time he had died in San Francisco, 7:32 p.m., they realized that it matched the 10:32 p.m. the clock had stopped here in the house. Over the years, the clock has stopped at that same time on August 2nd. We have a lot of visitors who come here and they see something they connect with. Maybe they're not interested in presidents, but they discover, oh, you know, the president has this beautiful humidor for cigars upstairs. I love woodwork. I love that inlaid wood. They start looking at the construction of the furniture. Maybe that's where they connect. Maybe they connect with his vocation as a newspaper editor. Maybe they connect with Mrs. Harding's love of China. And it's always fun for us when they learn of this new side of Warren Harding. They're surprised and they now want to take a new look at not just him, but history in general. And that's what our purpose is.
Scenic Stops is brought to you by WBGU-TV. Support great local programming by giving now at WBGU.org/pledge.